How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
I don't know why I sounded surprised there, but yeah, I'm
It's surprised
good,
because I've literally just started the podcast without any fair warning whatsoever. You look lovely. I want to start there. I know we're going to talk about
Thank you so much.
TV
I think they
and
call
film.
it is it a Canadian
tuxedo. It is double denim.
Where did that come from? Like, why is it called a Canadian tuxedo?
I just feel like Canadians wear a lot of double denim, which is weird because I associate it with the Irish band Bewitched.
Let's go with that. I'd like to be,
The fifth member of Bewitched.
Member of Bewitched. Why not?
Do you know, not relevant to anything we're talking about today, but Bewitched are actually making, in case anyone's wondering, Bewitched are making a comeback. They're releasing a new single.
How do you know this knowledge?
Because
You are the fifth member of...
I have, yeah.
Great.
My Instagram algorithm is essentially targeted at 90s noughties pop.
Great.
And then also at Netflix shows. So this is the perfect crossover.
This is. My gosh.
It very much is.
You're welcome.
I feel like we have to have a Heartstopper related conversation.
Yes.
Because season 3 is coming.
Imminent.
Yes, it is.
She's due. Yeah.
She is coming. And we've seen a lot of new characters that are making an appearance.
Yes.
Is there romance on the cards for you?
Ooh, okay, juicy. So, yeah, I guess you're alluding to Michael.
Yes.
Who makes an appearance this season, played by the lovely Dara.
Yes.
So I'd say that I can't give too much away.
Okay.
But definitely Tori in this season, she, we see a slightly lighter side to her. She becomes a little bit more open to the possibility of other people being part of her life.
Interesting.
Making some new friends. So make of that what you will.
Interesting.
But yeah, there's definitely like potential for more to come in future when it comes to Michael.
My main thing is that I've seen the photos of how Michael has been styled on set. Image here. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm just upset that I didn't get an audition for the role, to be honest with you.
Well,
Just
I think...
livid.
I mean, Dara's tall, but he's not as tall as you. I think we wouldn't fit in the same frame.
Which would just allow for
the
additional comedy.
would be excellent. I mean, we can have a word.
Yeah, let's have a conversation about it.
Yeah, if Dara's not free in future, then...
And then because the head will be cut off, no one will know. There's a different person, but we'll know.
No one will know.
No, that's quite exciting.
Yeah, no, it really is. And I cannot tell you how excited I am for everyone to see Dara's performance because he's just incredible. He's so good, and he's such a great guy to have on set as well. So
I have this, me and producer Poppy Pearson, as you have coined.
Yeah.
We're having this conversation before because we feel like Heartstopper, stay with me, is like this generation's Skins, but with a totally different energy.
I was gonna say with marginally less sex and violence and swearing.
Well,
but,
season 3 we'll have to see, won't we?
Yeah, no, other people have said that to me before as well.
Yeah, but it is weird how the energy is completely different, and I wonder if that is like a cultural reaction.
Maybe what, as in like would Skins even like work these days? Is that what we're sort of?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the warmth that Heartstopper has, I feel like is almost like a response to like how...
Well, it's what we need.
Exactly.
It's definitely what we need at the moment.
People are quite brutal on like social media and stuff, and I feel like that's where the warmth is necessary.
Yeah. It's like collective therapy and healing.
It really is.
For the actual realities of the world.
Oh God.
Oh gosh. I agree. I mean, it's definitely also, I think it's wrong for people thinking, it's aimed at sort of a younger audience. I disagree. I think it is for everybody.
Absolutely.
Adults could learn a lot from it.
Yes, as an adult myself, I can
Yes, I'm
agree.
one of those also. Yeah.
but I feel like Skins sort of had that back in its time. Did you watch it?
For my shame, no, not really. At the time, I've since watched some of it.
Okay.
And like when I got a bit older, I think I watched, what do they call it? Different generations of it.
Oh, yeah.
Like the later seasons, I did watch a bit, but I was never allowed to watch it when it first came out, I think. / I don't think I would have wanted to, because I think my parents would have had to watch it with me, and then that would have just been quite awkward.
Yeah, that is...
I had friends that watched it with their parents, and I found that decidedly strange.
No, horrific. There's a scene where someone gives someone a blowjob in Russia. I don't want to watch that with my parents.
No,
Can I say blowjob?
no.
I just did.
Well, you just did.
Yeah, surprise. Definitely don't want to watch that with parents.
No.
But I feel like if Skins was now, you'd absolutely have been in that.
I'll take that. Yeah.
I can like see it. We were literally like having this full conversation.
Who would you have been there? I mean, with my little knowledge of Skins, in like of the main people, who would you have been?
Who would I have been?
Yeah. Like who did you relate to when you watched it?
That's a good question. I feel like for the sort of like queer representation and diversity, I want to say Maxi.
Yes, which was, I definitely remember who Maxi was. Who played Maxi? This is how little I know about Skins. It's actually really embarrassing.
No, I can't remember. I can like see the person, but I can't remember their name. Also, I never would have got that part because they were also a talented like ballet dancer or something in the series. So can't pull that off.
Fair.
No, not at all. Maxi Oliver. Is that who played? No, that's the character.
Was this in first season? Oh gosh, I shouldn't have asked this question.
Mitch Hewer. Yes, I remember that. No,
it's not even ringing any bells.
I can't remember. All the names have gone out of my head because the main one is like has done many, many things and many. Who was the main actor in the first series?
Effie. Kaya Scodelario, who I've now met a couple of times, which just feels momentous.
Producer
really.
Poppy gasped.
Yeah, and like it's momentous even as someone that hasn't really watched it. Mm-hmm. So,
well, she's done bits. She was in the Maze Runner.
She's done some serious bits. She's incredible.
She's actually one. I have this like fascination with like your world of acting about like roles that people have auditioned for.
Yes.
Because Kaya was like in the finals to be in the Hunger Games, but then Jennifer Lawrence got it.
Really?
Yeah.
Then she was in Maze Runner, right?
Yeah.
Which, like I always think they're just sort of one and the same vibe.
Yeah, Maze Runner's a bit Hunger Games
Maze
Junior.
Runner came after. Maybe it was like, well, you didn't get Katniss, but you can get whatever the character was called in Maze Runner.
Yeah, what was the character? Girl. She was just, they were like, it's the girl one.
Through Maze. I have watched it. It was, she's great in it, but yeah.
Do you have any roles that you've sort of like this is a bit gossipy, but like, yeah, any roles that you've like auditioned for and you're like, it should have been me.
Oh my gosh. Like there definitely will be one. Normally I remember this stuff.
I never book anything I audition for.
Come back to me later. It'll probably come to me.
I will. Fun fact, I had an availability check for the UK tour of Burlesque, the musical, for a role. And I saw that availability check and I went, yeah, I'm free then, but they're going to fly Todrick Hall over from America because there's no way that I can play that part. And the role is now being played by Todrick Hall. Yes, correct.
Well, you're a soothsayer. Maybe you should be in casting then.
I did want to be in casting for a time.
You've got the eye for it, clearly.
True story.
Back yourself more. Come on.
No, I listen to the songs. I can't. This bass baritone is not hitting those notes. I know my own limits. It's realistic. But I really did want to be in casting for a time.
Yeah, I always thought, and I mean, hey, there's still time. I always thought that could be a really great job. I think there's a reason that a lot of casting directors, they used to be actors.
Yes.
I mean, Daniel Edwards, who cast Heartstopper, brilliant Daniel, he was a really amazing actor.
Oh, really?
He did a lot of stuff. He's in, I think he's in an episode of Miranda. Because I rewatched it, like, after I was in Heartstopper. And I was like, my goodness gracious me, that is Daniel. He's hilarious in it.
That's wild.
He just like comes into the shop at one point.
I loved Miranda.
Miranda is a seminal piece of work. It's, some would say the original Fleabag with the look to camera stuff.
I'm quite obsessed with that.
Yeah.
That's like quite fun. I nearly did Miranda Hart for Snatch Game.
That would have been... Why has no one ever done Miranda Hart?
Well, there's your idea.
Yeah.
I don't know, actually. Quite a difficult...
She's a really, really great one to do.
She's fun.
Campy. She's quite easy. Like, there's little things that...
I wonder if, like, Rue would actually vibe with that humour, though.
Surely.
I would find it
British
hilarious.
humour is elite.
Yeah, I mean, she does love it.
British humour?
I wonder. That is a thought process. If anyone's out there... You're welcome. You can have Miranda Hart.
First.
People probably auditioning for season 7 of RuPaul's Drag Race UK right now.
Yeah.
There's going to be like 30 audition tapes with Miranda Hart in them. I have like completely rewinding back to what we were talking about near misses and auditions.
Yes.
Is there like a role that you're like, okay, that's for me. That's what I want to do. That's my part.
I'd love to, like, I used to do a lot of stage. And I'd love to do like a meaty Shakespearean, like at the Globe.
Oh, you're that actor.
Like,
you're like
I don't
Shakespeare
know, like,
vibe.
why not?
Do you have a favourite Shakespeare? You have got a commanding voice quality, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Thank you.
There's like a good resonance.
I mean, I think I'd have to go back to voice acting school a bit to be heard.
Okay.
Because I'm on the petite side, so. And they don't mic you there. It's all, you've just got to...
Projection.
Yeah, proper acting.
Old school. Proper
old school.
acting.
But yeah, I don't know. I really loved Macbeth, the Scottish play.
That's right. It's not
I mean, we're not in a theatre.
This is my living room. It's fine.
Yeah.
Safe. Yeah.
Yeah, Macbeth is a great one. Hamlet.
Nice.
I mean, just the classics, really.
I'd go for like...
They're all...
I can see you as a Titania in A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Oh, I'll take that.
Like regal.
No, because I'd normally be like a Helena or Hermia. Which one's the short one? I really should know that.
That is...
The though she be but little, she is fierce one.
Hermia, maybe, I think.
That's what I'd normally get cast as, is the little... one.
Why are we casting to, like, this is gone are the days of this sort of, like, typecasting moments.
I want to play the men.
Oh.
I want to be Hamlet.
The one time I'm not in full drag, I love that. We could do, like, a full, like, gender-blind casting of Hamlet. Hamlet, what's the one that they always say is, like, the female Hamlet, and it's like a bit more modern. It's not a Shakespeare play.
Oh.
It's Hedda Gabler is what it is.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, everyone's like, that's the female
role.
Hamlet.
Big role.
This is very specific, like theatre-y conversation.
Yeah, we're losing people.
Yeah. We're coming to Doctor Who, don't worry about it. Yeah, no, that was very specific sort of theatre-y chat. And actually now I've said we're coming to Doctor Who, let's just do it, why not?
Let's just do it.
You are a big Doctor Who fan.
Yeah. I mean, was anyone not, if you sort of grew up around the time when it first came back?
Do you know what? I
mean, the answer to that is probably yes.
Yeah, quite a lot of people didn't.
Quite a lot of people didn't vibe with it. But I loved it. It was also just, I miss the days of Saturday night, sitting down, me, my parents, my sister, all to watch an episode of Doctor Who. It was just like, and it was scary. I think that's what I really loved about the first season, was that it was properly terrifying.
Oh, do you like a bit of horror then? Or
not normally.
Just in that context?
I think it was just the right level of scary.
Family-friendly, frightening levels.
It wasn't like jump scares and stuff like... I hate gratuitous horror, where it's just sort of like trying to make you jump out your skin.
Yeah.
But kind of like the Weeping Angels, right? Mm-hmm. That is such a horrifying idea, because it's like loneliness and like traveling back in time and then being without everyone. It's such a psychologically like horrible idea.
Yeah, and the angels themselves cannot move
terrifying
if they're perceived. So they're also like just having a lonely...
it's such a smart, idea.
There's a lot of like layers in a lot of Doctor Who things, which I feel like people don't necessarily see, but it is like a very smart show. It tells us a lot about ourselves.
100%. And Kerry Mulligan was in that episode.
Yes. Mm-hmm. That was like an early like TV appearance for her. There's quite a lot of actors have done like...
Yeah.
Do you know Gemma Chan?
Yeah.
She was in an episode called The Waters of Mars.
What was The Waters of Mars? What was...
They were like on Mars, and there were these monsters who like take over the body, so like they cause people's skin to crack and just water like pours out of their mouths, and it's quite scary.
That rings massive bells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gemma Chan's first ever TV job.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
I mean, that's starting high, isn't it, really?
It's pretty like...
Yeah. That's iconic.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember one of the first phone calls I had with my agent when I signed with them so many years ago now, I'm an old lady, was just, by the way, I love Doctor Who. If I could be literally in any part of Doctor Who, that would be the dream.
Same.
It's still not happened. But I was like, I'd be a Sontaran. I like...
Not a Sontaran.
Hurt me. I mean, I'm petite. They need to be short.
True. Unless
it's a matter of perspective and they're actually not, but like...
No, I think they are quite short.
They are.
Yeah.
But I was like, I will be inside one of the monster suits.
You have got quite fierce companion energy, though. I can see it.
That might be one of the nicest things anyone ever said to me. Although, why can't I be the Doctor?
You can.
Thank you.
But I feel like you've got quite fierce companion energy.
I know. No. I always wanted to be the companion. I remember there was a BBC prom. Mm-hmm. There was a Doctor Who prom. And Matt Smith and Karen Gillan came out and presented it. And I just remember looking at her and being like, I need to be you. Well, not just because she's Karen Gillan. But ideal job.
Yeah, really quite. And Karen Gillan is another example of like that. Getting Amy Pond must have been quite early in her career. I didn't know her before that.
Yeah.
And now she's
I feel like a lot of people, like Freema Agyeman, Pearl Mackie.
Love.
Pearl Mackie.
Yes.
Feel like for a lot of them it was quite like early on job.
Yeah. And it's really worked out for them in the long run. I feel like that energy of being on like lunchboxes, which I'm sure you're familiar with that kind of energy.
I mean, who knows if I'm on a lunchbox, but that kind of energy, yeah.
I feel like you must be somewhere.
Yeah.
There'll be like
if anyone, maybe, yeah. I know people make the drawings, the fan art.
Yeah.
I mean, you must have plenty of fan art of your own as well, but that is a bit crazy at the start.
It's wild. Sometimes the speed at which this happens, there's one particular person, they know who they are, who I will literally post something on my story of like a brand new outfit that I've never worn before. And I would say within 10 minutes, they've like sketched like a doodle.
I thought you were going to say a couple of hours. 10 minutes?
Yeah, pretty quick.
They must have like an alert set up on their phone being like,
truly.
Tia's posted.
And it's a new costume. Time to draw.
Great.
But that is wild. Do you see a lot of that? Like you get tagged in it and all of that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it is one of those things. I mean, not to be like, it just happens so frequently now. But I mean, when the show first came out and sort of, I mean, even before the show came out, really, when we got announced, people were drawing us. People would be drawing like pictures of us that were on our personal pages and stuff.
Oh, God.
And it's quite strange to start with. Obviously, it's flattering. The overall feeling is a positive one.
Yeah.
But it is quite bizarre being like, why are you interested in me? At first, we would all sort of see everything we were tagged in and it was quite exciting and stuff. But I feel like you can't expend as much energy in the end on it because you'd just go a bit stir crazy if you looked at everything you've been tagged in. Just become a really vain person as well. Like nobody wants to.
No, I totally agree. And you should be able to avoid it, except if you're on a competition reality show, then you will look at everything you're tagged in and you're like, why do they all hate me?
I know. Well, I know. I'd like to say that I don't look at stuff, but it is funny, like, not to be deep, but you do always, if there's something like unflattering or someone that hasn't liked your performance, that will obviously, you'll go looking for those comments.
Yeah.
And you'll scroll through all the really nice ones until you find the one that's not, and then you'll be like, that's the truth.
Yeah, no,
like,
that's so true.
It's so weird that you just do that to yourself.
It like leaps out. It's almost like, it's difficult because once you first see that kind of critique or criticism, then you are looking for it.
Yes.
And it is horrible that, why do we do that to ourselves?
Yeah, or like the one little insecurity that you'll have about your performance or something. You kind of go looking for the confirmation from someone else that you're, I don't know whether it's a kind of, I know I'm not crazy, someone else must think this too. But it is bizarre. We've got to stop doing that.
Yeah.
But I don't really know anyone that doesn't.
Yeah, I think it's a performer thing that you are sort of like looking for that critique. There's like there is an insecurity there.
And well, you've got to be self-critical as well in a way, because otherwise how do you pick and choose what you do in your performance? But like,
how do you improve?
How do you improve? I'm
quite bad for that. I will watch back like Instagram stories or like videos of like things that I've done and be like, oh, you're terrible. you're unworthy of love. Like, and then
strong disagree.
Thank you. But that kind of critique, do you watch like episodes of the show and look back and think, oh?
Yeah. I mean, overall, I'm actually quite happy with how it turned out.
It's great.
Which like is a nice feeling. That's not to say that, because I know a lot of actors, it's kind of not the done thing to be like, I really love watching myself, because that's not what I'm saying at all. But obviously, like, I've watched season 3. And I have watched season 1 and season 2 when they've come out as well. Like, I've never really shied away from it. And it's also just nice to see other people's work and to see how moments that were sort of a bit more difficult to film or like logistically more difficult, how they end up and stuff like that. That's always quite exciting. But overall, I think the team's done a really good job.
Oh,
it's really nice to just enjoy it together. We always have like a cast and crew screening as well. So that'll happen, I mean, some point soon, I guess.
Watch the
and
final
that's always
product.
quite nice to sit together and cry together and laugh together. So that's always nice to just celebrate what we've done.
I mean, it deserves celebration because it is incredibly popular. And I feel like it's difficult to sort of perceive that kind of thing. I know, like, we don't do the same thing, but like my experience of being on Drag Race, very, very different and very silly. Maybe less deep and profound and full of substance, but like it's difficult to like perceive how many people actually watch that show. Like you can't picture a room full of these people.
I know.
And like the numbers of people who watch Heartstopper and not just watch it, but such like dedicated fans of it.
Yeah.
That's wild.
They live and breathe it. Yeah. The number just becomes silly at one point. I don't know what the cutoff is for when your brain stops making sense of it. But
honestly, it's like 50. like,
no, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, particularly, I think you can see it so obviously because of social media.
Yeah.
Like before the show, I think I probably had like a couple of hundred followers, and then it just sort of goes up and up and up. And for, I mean, Joe and Kit and others who've got like in the millions, it's just a bit mad, isn't it, really?
Yeah, you can't like conceive of that.
No. And like, even with being on Netflix or whatever, you see that it says top show in the UK or whatever, but it still doesn't really, you can't really comprehend. I mean, I'm quite fortunate, I'd say, in some ways, because I don't necessarily get recognised very much, ever.
You look so different on the show.
I look really different on the show.
Yeah.
I act fairly differently in real life. I'm also quite a bit older. So I can sort of go about my messy life. Unless people are just like scared to come up to me and they are actually noticing me and I'm acting like a complete buffoon.
I don't think you ever would.
But yeah, so...
No, but it is true because like even when I've sort of like bumped into you when we've been out, I've gone, because like you don't, like the way that you're styled in the show and all of that kind of thing, completely different. It takes you a second to like register the person behind the mask, I guess.
I don't know if that's also maybe like a conscious thing that I've always wanted to like play characters that I'm not really anything like. I think that's the joy of it, right?
Yeah.
No one really wants to just be playing themselves. And I think the actors that I've always really admired have been actors that are like very versatile and very sort of shift between like out of themselves.
Do you have like particular actors who are like inspirations?
I mean, Judi Dench is great.
Icon.
Cillian Murphy. He's one that I think really like shifts and is very different. There'll be tons. Like I have too many people that I adore. There's too many actors.
There's just so many.
Just so many.
Too many drag queens as well. Let me tell you that for free.
Yeah. Competition is fierce.
It really is.
But yeah.
We've spoken quite a lot about Heartstopper, which is not my intention because this whole podcast is about like what you're a fan of, and we've been talking about what I'm a fan of, which is you.
I'm also a fan of not of me, but of the show.
What?
And of the books.
Oh yeah, no, that is a key point. Have you read ahead? Is that like cheating to find out what happens?
I mean, not really. I think we're pretty much up to date now, to be honest. I know Alice is so busy. They do it to themselves, so. But ridiculously busy. So I think there's sort of a hiatus of new actual Heartstopper book web series material.
Okay.
But I definitely had sort of read ahead of what the TV stuff was up to.
Right.
But anybody could. Like, I mean, it's out there for people to read.
And I have.
Yeah. So I knew to be prepared for what was coming. But no, they're great.
I mean, it's incredible how it sort of just came about from, oh my God, literally, sorry, me being like, oh, we've spoken loads about what I like, which is Heartstopper. Let's talk about what you like. And I'm like, it's just so incredible. Let's keep talking about it.
I could really keep talking about it for hours and hours and hours. But yeah.
Honestly, it must be actually quite a blessing to like enjoy and be a fan of it as well.
Oh, it's really nice to be in something you actually like.
Yeah.
It's really nice. Not that I've been very fortunate actually to never really work on something that I've thought was bad or like not been enjoyable.
Until now.
I'm sure it happens. Yeah, I'm hating this. But it is a godsend to rock up every day and be like, this is doing lots in the world. And it's also just full of great people. And it's a real honour and a privilege, shall we say. Yeah.
That is, and moving forward, we've already started the campaign here and now.
Yes.
For your Doctor Who appearance.
Yes, I think it's happening. I think we got the call about 5 minutes ago.
Poppy, can you did Russell T Davies,
Russell get back in touch?
Called?
Oh, great, it's go.
Yeah, and we've got, I'm playing the Master, you're playing a new companion.
Well, I mean, can't Jinx, do you know Jinx?
Yes, actually.
I don't know why I assumed that's bad of me to assume that you would know Jinx, but like.
No, it's very fair, very fair.
She could get you in.
Well, actually, there is a clip. Russell did an interview where someone said, Jinx Monsoon is in the new series. Were there any other drag performers that you considered? And Russell said, no, absolutely not. But I bet Lawrence Chaney and Tia Kofi are mad at me right now. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Now you said that.
I think it's got to happen. I mean, it is a bit mad, isn't it, that Russell T Davies has watched both of our shows?
Yeah. That's like wild. We need to. Have you been to any of the like Doctor Who like premiere events and stuff like that?
No.
Like, okay, we need to do that.
I know. I used to watch all the videos of like the Comic Cons and the conventions and stuff, and be like, I need to be there one day. I don't know who I'd dress up as. Oh. Maybe I'd go as like a. Oh, also, fun thing. Annette Badland, who plays one of the Slitheenes.
Yeah.
She is in season 3.
I know. I got really excited about this.
And I never met her. I was never on set at the same time as her.
Oh, no, that's...
I know. She'd better be at the cast and crew screening because I'm going to give her the biggest hug.
Oh, she will.
Whether she likes it or not.
I saw all the new cast members for an unreleased upcoming video, I guess. Mm-hmm. I went backstage and saw all the casting and I was like, she's a Slitheen. And everyone was like, what are you talking about?
No, I know. Again, what a great... I mean, where does that come from in someone's brain?
I don't know, but
it's
genius.
Incredible. Yeah.
Would you be willing to play a Slitheen at some point?
Absolutely, sign me up.
Just any role. This is the campaign.
I should be fussier, shouldn't I? But I'm really at this point.
I think you're allowed to be fussier. Oh.
I'd love to be one of those like cyber like hybrid Cybermen. You know, the ones that like that horrible episode. I mean, amazing episode. But like where they were all getting conveyor belt turned into Cybermen.
Yeah. Dark.
Harrowing.
That is actually one of the more harrowing, because there's something like zombie-like about a Cyberman.
I'm getting like trapped inside them and they were still in there.
Yeah, that was quite hideous.
Yeah.
We've got a plan. Now, Producer Poppy is looming.
Yes. Okay, yes.
The campaign has started.
Yes.
And I feel like Producer Poppy is continuing the campaign. Please enter the PPP, Producer Poppy Pearson, at Poppy Pearson on Instagram.
Oh wow. Don't break the laptop, Jenny.
Poppy's been very professional today.
Yep. So we've seen what's coming.
Okay, so we've got a script. I will just say, not only has Poppy been very professional today by producing the script, it was actually Jess who did the script, by producing the scripts, but Poppy's been really professional by not trying to convince you to force Kit Connor to take her hand in marriage. So well done, Poppy. I'm sorry that I just brought that up. He's in the States at the moment, but I'm sure... Don't pander to Poppy. Just let me embarrass her. Honestly, Poppy is my child at this point. Speaking of, we have got a script in front of us from the Empty Child episode of Doctor Who. Do you recall this episode? It's huge. It's possibly the one that will stay with me until my last breath. One of the scariest. Horrifying. Yeah.
But like, so I actually looked up the other week, like what the guy who plays the child has done since. Because he must be, I mean, that's a good, how many years ago would this episode have been?
2005 era, so that's like 19 years. Oh my God.
Yeah. So he's done very little since, which is very disappointing because I thought he gave an excellent performance.
Truly, yeah.
He played a boy in something else after like a year later.
Is this how prepared I should be for this podcast?
No, don't worry. We can't all be as prepared as I am.
Sorry, he played a boy.
He played literally boy. He's child in this, then boy in something else. And then in 2016, he played driver in something else. But I don't know whether that means he was just like a driver on set or whether he actually played. But I mean, let's start the campaign to get him back in.
Do you remember his name?
No.
We'll find out.
We'll find out.
Can we just flash the name on screen
doesn't
now?
Want to be found.
Yeah, actually, let's not.
I assume that he doesn't want to be an actor. That's why he hasn't really done it. But
yeah, let him live his life.
Let him live his life.
That's maybe this is what's going to happen. He's going to get cast as the Doctor.
Also, to be fair, like if this is your first role, where do you go from there?
Yeah, I mean, spent a lot of it behind a gas mask.
True.
Which does play to your point about this actor wanting anonymity. Maybe that's why.
Oh my gosh, he knew as a child that he just
didn't want it.
Didn't want it.
That's
he could have done radio.
Now that's one thing. Like I truly believe in like the voice acting world. There are Doctor Who like voice acted things that are done.
Yes.
Yes. Maybe you could do those. You've got a very good voice.
I could definitely do those. I did actually, a really huge moment. I did an audiobook of Jacqueline Wilson's new audiobook.
Stop.
And I thought it was just like, they just thought young people might know who I am. So
yeah.
They told me that she had like asked for me and knew who I was, and I cried.
Stop it.
I cried. Because she was my childhood. Like reading her books was, I think I've peaked, basically.
That's why you got requested by the author. Wow.
Or maybe they like gave her some options and she went, yeah, we'll have her.
No,
but she knew who I was, and that's what I'm hanging on to.
You should focus on that fact. The same way that you said to me, don't put myself down. You got requested by the author. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Poppy's gagged.
It's called The Real Edie Trimmer. It's a great book. It's really quite dark.
Okay.
They're all, I mean, I think when you get a bit older and you read her stuff, you realise it's really quite dark, but excellent book.
Truly, I can't wait for that.
It's out already.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it available on Audible?
Available on Audible and probably elsewhere.
Jess, could we please get this audiobook ready? Thanks. Love that. I actually will listen to that because I find it really exciting. Oh my God, that's so weird because that's like your voice.
Yeah.
But I know
I do accents
I'm gonna
and everything. Just a couple.
Oh my God, that's why am I so excited about that? So I'm like, it feels like a different thing because like we'll come back to this script. I'm now having a chat.
I do tangent a lot. So.
Yeah, no, Poppy always like lurks in the background when she's like, you're coming to the end of the episode, and I just go, never mind. I feel like it's such a different thing because like that audio of like, because I'll like listen to you. Like I know that I watch you on the show, but that's like the first instance that I like knew you and then sort of like knowing you more in real life. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. Like you're doing like an audio. I don't know why I find that so cool. I'm just really excited about that.
Yeah, they're fun. Audiobooks are fun.
And you play like different.
You read the whole book, so you do all the different voices.
No, that is really exciting.
I did one the other week which had a lot of different accents and different characters all speaking to each other. It was quite a mind-boggling exercise, but...
Are you particularly good at accents?
I'd say I'm decent.
Okay.
I don't want to, because if I say I'm really good, then I'm going to come a cropper, aren't I? So.
Well, I feel like we should put that to the test with our script.
Well, what accent are we doing then? What?
Listen, I always default to a northern accent, but we have newcomer Jess on the team, and I feel like, Jess, do you want to assign us accents?
Okay. Wow. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Down under. Okay.
Down under. Scottish. Okay.
You do Scottish? Okay.
I think so.
G'day. This will be fun. Now we've got... I actually cannot do this accent to save my life, but we're going with it.
Multiple characters.
Okay, do you want to do 2 characters? Because you have the skill to switch between characters. I am Buttermere, drag queen out of drag. You are an actor, so I give you the extra workload.
Maybe after this I won't be, but who are you playing? Who am I playing?
I would like to give you the choice because you can be the empty child and then go on to play boy and driver in the future.
Yep.
You can be Christopher Eccleston's doctor, but Scottish. I feel like Nancy, we should just she's called Nancy, we've got to keep her like knees up Mother Brown, East End energy. So that's the 3rd accent.
Yep.
So you choose. Empty child, doctor, Nancy, you've got two to choose.
I feel like I've got to be the empty child.
Strong.
Because I've played children in my life. Seem to get cast as children all the time.
Well, it's because you've been one at some point, so you've got the method.
Funny that, yeah. Yep. I put in a lot of time being one.
Yes.
And then you pick of the Doctor and Nancy what you're going to be.
Oh.
I hate choices.
I think I might go for... No, I've just said Nancy needs to be East End, but I kind of want to be Nancy.
Be Nancy. Do it.
Okay, I'm going to be...
I'm doing the Doctor Scottish, am I?
Yes. We're going with it. And I'm doing Nancy,
Having
Australian.
said to everyone that I can do a good Scottish accent, this is going to be embarrassing.
I mean,
okay.
I'm like best mates with Hannah Conda, who's literally from Australia. So she is going to be very unimpressed with my behaviour today. And scene.
Mummy? What's this then? Never easy being the only child left out in the cold, you know.
That's really good. And I'm going to be appalling. I suppose you know, mate.
I do actually, yes.
It's not exactly a child.
Mummy! Oh my God, I'm not going to be...
I really... Do you know what?
You set yourself up here.
Yeah, but it's fine. Right, go back to the garden, under the fence. Now, go, move. Come on, baby. We've got to go, all right? It's just like a game. Just like chasing. Take your coat. Go, mate.
I'm actually crying.
It's a very emotional performance.
Mummy, please let me in, Mummy. You all right? Please let me in.
You mustn't let him touch you.
What happens if he touches me? I don't know why I'm going Billy Connolly on this.
It's good, though.
No, it's really... And what's he like?
I've got to go. No, wait.
Nancy, what's he like?
Good day, mate. I've lost it. I never had it in the first place. He's empty. It's him. He can make phones ring. He can. Just like with that police box you saw. Stay here if you want to.
Mummy, please let me in. Oh, this is just me back and forth.
It's somehow a monologue, but also 2 characters.
Your mummy isn't here. Are you my mummy? No mummy's here. Nobody here but us chickens. This chicken. Don't remember there being chickens in the episode, but okay. I'm scared. Why are those other children frightened of you? Please let me in, Mummy. I'm scared of the bombs. Oh, God. Gets dark. Okay, I'm opening the door now. Dun, dun, dun.
And that was the scene that we did.
That was a piece of artwork, wasn't it, really?
I mean, it was.
I don't know if anyone's going to be able to understand it over the laughter.
You nailed the accent, though.
I really didn't.
No, well...
I promise I can do a much better one than that.
I thought it was pretty good.
Thanks for that. Thanks.
Thank you. Poppy, how's your Scottish accent?
Better than mine.
Okay, brilliant. I was really impressed.
No.
I mean, but it's such a skill. Like, you just, read that.
I think it was because I was trying to be more masculine with it. I ended up going a bit Billy Connolly, didn't I?
It's a choice. And it's a choice that I believe in.
That happened.
It was. And it was definitely better than my Australian accent.
I think yours was... Look, you gave it a good go.
Gave it the old college try.
Yep.
I think I am quite good at an Australian accent, but not in the context of what just happened, what has befallen.
No, I think it was the writing's fault, really.
It was Russell.
When we work together, things are going to change.
Listen, we'll workshop it with him.
Yes, of course.
Unfortunately, we have come to the end of our time.
That's not surprising.
I know that because Poppy's doing this in the background.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
It's been a lovely...
I kind of don't know what just happened. It's just
meander.
Gone by like a flash.
Yeah, we weave, we meander. Tell us about things. When are things happening? There's a 3rd season of Heartstopper.
There is a 3rd season of Heartstopper. It's coming out on the 3rd of October.
It is.
Everywhere.
All over the place.
All over the world. On Netflix, though, I should say.
Specifically Netflix,
Specifically Netflix, but all over the world. So everyone should give that a watch.
I think they will.
And thank you.
I think they will.
And then who knows what the future holds?
Well, Doctor Who, we started the campaign.
Yes, apart from, obviously, Doctor Who takeover.
Yeah. And this is the end of the podcast, and I always sign it off in no specific way.
Great.
Slay.
Slay.
No, but that.